I found a channel getting millions of views with 3D documentaries that looks impossible to create. And I just created their exact style using Nano Banana and a couple of other AI tools. This is their viral video and this is what I created with AI. And I'm about to show you the exact blueprint I used. But before I show you how I did this, let me break down what I found out about these viral channels. Look at that. 89 videos, almost 4 million subs, and they're pulling in millions of views each month. Now, I get it. Some of you might say the people behind Fern aren't just some overnight success. They've been making documentaries for years, and that's true. But here's what it stood out to me. We are seeing a wave of new channels using this same 3D documentary style, pulling in millions of views in a short amount of time. That shows that this format isn't just tied to one experienced team. It's a growing trend. And with how powerful AI tools are right now, this is probably the best time to take advantage of it. But here's a problem. Actually creating these 3D documentaries the old way takes forever. You pour weeks into Blender, spend money on courses, and still end up with clunky results that barely get views, while these channels repeat the same formula and rake in millions. I spent a few days breaking down how these videos actually work, and I found a shortcut. You don't need 3D software or animation skills, just a couple of AI tools. And in this video, I'll walk you through that exact system, from coming up with ideas and shaping them into a story, to turning those ideas into visuals, adding narrations, and pulling it all together into a polished 3D documentary. By the end, you'll see how every piece connects into a process everyone can use. Alright, let me show you exactly how this works, starting with the foundation, coming up with the story. First, head over to ChatGPT. We're just using a regular ChatGPT here, but with a special prompt I crafted myself. I spent the past few days perfecting this prompt to generate stories, voiceover narration, image prompts for scenes specially designed for Nano Banana, B-rolls, and motion prompts for animations all in one go. But take this with a grain of salt. For your special niche and your own storytelling style, you're probably gonna need to customize it and tweak it to get the best results. This isn't some magic button that does everything perfectly on the first try. You'll need patience and you'll need to put in the work to make this stuff really work. So always pay attention to what the prompts are giving you and adjust them based on what you're seeing. I'm giving you the foundation, but you're the one who's gonna make it look great for your documentary videos. So here's what I'm gonna do. I'll paste the first prompt into ChatGPT. I've dropped it in the description so you can copy it. I'm not gonna read the whole thing out loud, but basically what it does is ask ChatGPT to give us 10 short documentary style stories in the Fern style. Now remember, you're not limited to ChatGPT. Later in this video, I'll show you 5 other ways to dig up unique stories that barely anyone has heard before. But for now, let's just hit generate. ChatGPT is gonna spit out 10 Fern style stories. Scroll through them and pick the one that catches your eye. For example, let's say I like this one. Once you've got your story, we move on to the second prompt. I've added that one in the description too. Just paste it into ChatGPT. I won't read the whole thing again. Pause the video if you want to check it line by line. All you have to do is replace the placeholders with the number of the story and how many minutes you want it to be. Then hit generate, and this time ChatGPT is gonna give you a full story already broken down scene by scene. You'll get the voiceover, prompts for generating visuals, camera movements for animations, and even B-roll suggestions for supporting clips. This is literally the secret sauce. Most people try to create visuals without a clear plan, but this prompt gives you the exact roadmap. I spent hours crafting this prompt, so I would really appreciate it if you like this video. So copy this entire output and save it. You'll need every part of this for the next steps. Now we get to the good stuff, turning these prompts into actual 3D visuals. So let's head over to OpenArt. I'll drop a link in the description so you can follow along. It's basically an all-in-one platform with tons of features, but for today we're keeping it simple and just using it to create our 3D animation videos. Click on image, then create image, and you'll land on the main page. Here you can pick your model. Just hit the switch and select Nano Banana. Now in the prompt box, we're gonna paste the image generation prompt. To get that, go back to ChatGPT, grab the prompt it gave us for the scene, then paste it into OpenArt. You'll see a few options here. There is an enhanced toggle that can sometimes improve quality, but it can also mess up details. For example, my first render cut off the character's head, so I just turned off enhanced and regenerated. That fixed it. Next, choose the size. If you're making a YouTube video, set it to widescreen. If you're working on vertical content, switch it to vertical. Then hit create. You'll get 2 images to start with. You can always regenerate if they don't look right. Once you're happy with the image, press image to video. That takes you to a new page where you can pick the animation model. They've got tons. Minimax, Kling AI, VO3, Seed Dance, all that. I'll just stick with Minimax for now. For the prompt, go back to ChatGPT again, copy the video prompt it generated for this scene, paste it into OpenArt, then set the duration, 6 or 10 seconds. For resolution, I set mine to 768. Hit create, and now you've got your animated shot. Let's take a look. If something looks weird, don't panic. Regenerate, tweak the prompt, or even ask ChatGPT for alternatives. For example, if it suggests something unrealistic like a reflection in the mannequin's eyes, just ask it to give you a better idea. Or come up with your own, like an over-the-shoulder shot. Copy that prompt, paste it back into OpenArt, and generate again. And also make sure to use your original shot as a reference so it keeps that consistent look. Now you've got multiple shots you can mix together. Do this for each scene, and don't forget, ChatGPT also gave you B-roll prompts. Add those to keep things visually interesting. Once you've generated all the images from each scene, download them to your computer and keep them organized. Name your files properly, like scene 1 image 1 or scene 2 video 1. This makes editing way easier later. Alright, we've got the footage. Now we need that documentary voice to tie everything together. For this, we're using ElevenLabs. Head over to ElevenLabs and make a free account. Once you're in, click on Instant Speech. In the text box, paste the narration for your scenes. You can do it one by one, or if you want to save time, just ask ChatGPT to combine the full story into one paragraph and paste that in. Now, the important part is choosing the right voice. You will see a list of voices on the right. Go through them and find one that fits this suspenseful trailer documentary style. That tone makes a huge difference for keeping viewers hooked. For example, I'm gonna go with this one because it has that intense documentary feel. You can also tweak the setting a little to refine the delivery. Play around with it until it sounds right. Then hit generate speech. Once it's ready, just listen back. Let's listen to mine.
He decided to document every second of his life.
If it feels good, just download it. Now, this is where your documentary finally comes to life. So now we're gonna pull everything together using an editing app. You can use whatever you like, but for this example, I'll go with CapCut since it's simple and free. Open CapCut, start a new project, and import all the videos we generated with OpenArt. Drag them onto your timeline and put them in the right order, scene by scene. Next, import the voiceover you created with ElevenLabs. Match each scene so that what's being shown actually line up with what's being said. To add more tension, bring in some suspense music. This part is important if you want your video to feel suspenseful. I'll go to Pixabay, click on music, search for suspense, and pick one I like. Once you download it, drop it on your timeline, lower the volume so it doesn't overpower your voiceover, and trim it so it fits your video. From here, it's just about polishing everything. Make sure the video flows, the audio is balanced, and the timing feels right. Honestly, this part only takes about 5 to 10 minutes. Of course, depending on the length of your video. Now, my video is ready. Let's take a look.
He decided to document every second of his life, refusing sleep for the sake of content. At first, the experiment brought him attention.
It's not as hard as it sounds, and compared to traditional 3D animation that takes teams of people and weeks to finish, this is way faster and cheaper. And here's the thing, people are already making videos like this with AI and getting millions of views. So there is a real opportunity here. I've already given you the complete blueprint, plus the ChatGPT prompts and the link to OpenArt. You'll find all of that in the description. So earlier I promised I would show you where to actually find these kind of stories. And this is honestly one of my favorite parts of the process. A lot of the stuff you see in these eerie documentaries, they are hidden in places most people don't even think to check. Reddit is a goldmine if you know where to look. Subs like Unresolved Mysteries, true crime, or obscured media are packed with strange little stories people are constantly digging up. If you're more into internet era mysteries, check out Internet Mysteries or Depth Hub. You'll go down a rabbit hole so deep you'll forget what day it is. Another hack you can use is old newspapers and archives. Google Books has this magazine archive that is just full of forgotten scandals, and if you don't mind borrowing your friend's login, sites like ProQuest or newspapers.com will give you access to some really wild, never touched stories. And if you're the type to get lost on Wikipedia for hours, the list of pages are insane. List of unusual deaths, list of people who disappeared mysteriously, list of corporate collapses. Click on and suddenly it's 3 hours later. Then there's the weird stuff like patents and court fillings. You'd be surprised to see how many strange scams and lawsuits pop up there before they hit mainstream news. Same goes for niche blogs and forums, aviation forums, scam busting blogs. These small corners of the internet are usually way ahead of the YouTube trend. So yeah, if you start pulling from places like that, you will never run out of story ideas. But here's a reality. Knowing the system and using it are completely different things. Creators making thousands monthly didn't just watch videos like this and call it a day. They took action. So here's my challenge for you. Create your first AI documentary this week. Pick a topic you're passionate about, follow this exact process, and drop the link in the comment. I genuinely want to see what you create. Oh, by the way, if you're into making animated videos with AI, I actually did a full video a while back where I recreated an animated short using AI tools. If you're curious and you want to check that out, just click on the video on the screen right here and I'll meet you there. If you're still here, thank you so much for watching, and I'll catch you in the next one.